Oh yeah, we're the Super Snap Bros. We're back, aka the Super Stat Bros. Today we're gonna do the weekly Stonks report. I decided to purchase the untapped data, so because I was pay to win on that, I feel like we should share it with everyone. Let's get it. The kid. All right, no big deal. What's up, my man?
What's going on? We're the super tapped bros, the super untapped bros, stats, stonks. We're out here, with our filthy casual analysis of the snap markets right now.
Oh, the filthiest of casual takes here. Instead of throwing stonks and making our podcast 3 hours every week, we'll just do a little weekly stonks report with the untapped, super untapped bros here. So I think that what we'll do is we'll start with ranked and then go into conquest data. We'll do pool 3+ uh, data from the latest patch. So that is, Elsa Bloodstone. And then rank 100+. I think we just do the infinite ranks because if we go before, I guess we can do a little bit before, but then it'll include bots. So we can start with this and see. So clearly number one, and this is, the OTAs just happened the other day. So, a few of these have been nerfed. Eliath just got nerfed. Shuri just got nerfed. So yeah, number one deck, A tier. There's 3 decks in A tier. Shuri's number one. So I'll pull up the deck here. The number one deck is 0 Ebony Maw, Armor, Lizard, Sauron, Shuri, Enchantress, Typhoid, Task, Vision, Red Skull, America, Chavez. It's a good deck. Basically what I use to get to Infinite. And yeah, I've been winning Gold Conquest with it. It's a very nice deck. Instead of Armor, I have Eliath. I'm being extra greedy in mine. And I don't have Lizard either.
Yeah, you play
and I don't have Enchantress.
Jeff over Armor, I think.
Yeah, instead of Armor, Lizard, Enchantress, I have Mobius, Eliath, and Jeff.
Yeah.
But I've seen more Shang-Chi's recently, so I might toss Armor in there and get rid of Mobius or something.
Yeah, protects you from Eliath too. If you want to take Eliath out now that he's 3, you can shield yourself from Eliath to protect your Taskmaster, for example.
Yeah.
It's a play. No surprises here that this deck's number one. We talked about it a lot on the last pod. But I don't think the Shuri change to 1 is going to do anything to this deck. It's probably going to stay exactly where it is. And it's just a really good deck. And we talk about it too. Since Sauron's release, it's always been a extremely high win rate deck. It's just Sauron was 6K and it was really hard to get him. Like, he was even less accessible. There was no spotlight cash and nobody was going to spend 6K on Sauron because there were big bads that stayed in 6K permanently, and he was scheduled to drop in 3 months. But for those 3 months where he was 6K, he was extremely high win rate. Even then, for the 1% of people that had him, the whales. So this deck's still phenomenal, and no surprises, right?
Yeah, someone asked Glenn on Twitter a few months ago, like, hey, like, because early in January, February, Glenn tweeted out, hey, there's one card in a deck that has the highest win rate and nobody really knows about it. Mm-hmm. And then a few months later, someone asked him, hey, what was that card? And it's Sauron.
Yeah.
He's like, it was Sauron.
Yeah.
So yeah, average win rate of this card is 56%. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, just a lot of consistent value, a lot of power, and like I said, it's like the low end of this deck is kind of like you put out a little mid-range board, which is kind of nice, right? You don't just face plant after retreat; you still have a chance. And then the high end, you get Shuri, Red Skull, Task, Ebony Maw, 0, you just pop off. So it's pretty nice, deck always.
Yeah. Now the next one, Sarah Control. Yeah. I mean, this kind of looks like the Monkey Dump list, but some of them just have Sarah.
Yeah.
This one, the most popular deck of what they're calling Sarah Control, which we called Monkey Dump before. Kitty Pryde, Angela. I guess this doesn't have the zeros, but this one has.
Yeah.
Kitty Pryde, Angela.
I would, you read it out first. Yeah.
Yeah, Kitty Pryde, Angela, Elsa Bloodstone, Luke Cage, Jeff, Mobius, Shadow King, Mysterio, Bishop, Hitmonkey, Shang-Chi, Sarah. Yeah, this doesn't have the Yellow Jacket Wasp dump on turn 6. So yeah, I'm wrong. But yeah. What were you saying?
I would say this deck is different, a little bit different than the Monkey Dump. Monkey Dump's more of a power out, more like a bounce deck, right? It's just you're trying to output a ton of power onto the board. This is
Yeah.
I think this deck shows how powerful these tech cards are.
Yeah.
Particularly Luke Cage, Mobius, and Shadow King. Yeah, I'm playing all these in Cerebro 3 right now. But yeah, like
Nice.
the fact that these are all like 2 cost cards, along with Elsa, along with Angela. Sarah thrives with 2 cost cards. So
Yeah.
the fact that we have like you could tech in 4 really powerful tech cards comfortably, that totally shut down all like at least one of these cards, whether it's Shang-Chi, Mobius, Luke Cage, or Shadow King. Pick any top deck, one of these tech cards is going to shut it down. So you could just
Yeah.
very comfortably run it all, output a very respectable amount of power. You have counterplay to the enemy Mobius. It's not surprising, but it's kind of surprising to me just because we haven't seen Sarah on top in a really long time.
Yeah, I'm surprised, and like I said, this is from the latest patch and only in Infinite. I'm
Yeah,
surprised that Sarah is making a push here because,
I've played against this deck a couple times on Conquest. It's definitely out
li-
there for sure.
like with so much Mobius running around, like Sarah just becomes like a useless card. Like you wouldn't play Sarah if they've played a Mobius, but I guess like they don't draw their Mobius every game. Not everyone has it, so yeah. But
Yeah.
it's a pretty popular card, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, and you
But
could you
yeah,
could you
so
could play through Mobius with this deck, right? Like your
yeah,
high end isn't as high, but you can still play, Mysterio to pop, Mysterio, Monkey, Kitty, or like on the last turn, and like that's pretty strong.
yeah, yeah,
So
and you have Bishop and stuff, and then you have Shang and Shadow King. So
exactly,
yeah,
yeah,
the tech cards kind of carry you, so it's kind of cool.
exactly,
And then you can make Jeff a 2/6 with Elsa.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and Kitty Pride, Jeff abusing Elsa is
it's interesting. Maybe I'll try this then. I haven't
yeah,
played Sarah in a while.
it's a strong deck.
And then and then Loki is the other A tier deck.
Hmm.
Not surprising. Loki's still good.
Hmm.
Not as OP as before. It doesn't seem with Mobius being here, but this is the list that's the most popular. It's Kitty Pride, Maria Hill, Snowguard, Angela, Collector, Elsa, Luke Cage, Jeff, Mobius, Agent Coulson, Loki, and Chavez.
This looks pretty good. This looks kind of optimized, right? Like you got the new Maria Hill in here, which is
Yep.
we talk about this on the pod, but just a more reliable Agent 13 now. Kind of
Yep.
power creep on Agent 13, new Maria Hill, and then they tech the Angela, Kitty, Elsa package into Loki.
Yep.
So add a little bit of early game power where it's not just okay, I better make a bunch of cards in my hand and play Loki. Like that's not the only thing that you're doing in the game, right? You got the Jeff on Elsa, Kitty Pride on Elsa, just like the last deck. So obviously this little mini package here with Jeff, Kitty, Angela, Elsa. I mean, the 2 of the last 3 decks have run that exact package, right? And
Yep.
we know that there's other decks, like you said, the Monkey Dump, and a bunch of other decks running it too. So
Yep.
kind of you squeeze all that into a Loki deck, and yeah, it's a pretty cool build that looks like really tight too. This one.
Yeah, it looks good.
Hmm.
This is Loki's just fun to play too. So
Hmm.
maybe play him now because people aren't hating on him as much.
Hmm.
And then we'll go through some of these in the B tier, but there's Elsa Move, which is like the Little Movers basically package
Yep.
with Elsa Bloodstone in it. Um, that's pretty close to A tier. I mean, it's like uh, almost the same as the Loki in stats wise with win rate and average cubes.
Mhm.
Then there's like an actual just move, which is like the Elsa move, but just has Legion instead of I don't know, like Miles Morales or something.
Yeah,
It's
Miles
like
is
basically these are
same as
kind of like the
Legion.
same basically. So like Little
Yeah.
Movers is basically like a high B tier, a low A tier.
Yeah.
Then Cerebro 3 is here.
Oh yeah.
You're the resident Cerebro expert. I've seen a lot of people do well with Cerebro 3.
Four and
This,
zero in conquest right now with this deck. I
well,
mean,
yours is probably a little different.
yeah, my list is a bit different. I like abusing Professor X in Cerebral. Professor X is a 3 cost card.
Yeah.
So you have Professor X, you have Jeff naturally. Kind of slides in that lane. You can get 10 power in there, or if you're playing Mystique, you get 14 power, pretty reliably in there. So I like playing it a little more control. And of course, Elias now is a 3 power card, which is
Yeah.
absolute money, and you see it here on this deck, right? So these guys they're already their kids are. I've already played a mirror match in Conquest, so it's not spicy. It's not a secret. Like Cerebro 3's back, baby.
Yeah. I want to see the greasy, greedy Ravona in here too.
Yeah,
at
I've
one
tried
point.
it. I've tried it in the past. I'm not playing Mystique in mine, so it doesn't make too much sense for me. There's
Yeah,
only one or two card. Actually, only one card it would discount. So,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm not a Cerebral 3 bro, but
Mhm.
it is a cool little deck. Then
It's
to
similar
round
to
out the
Sarah. It's similar to the Sarah control. Like it's
yeah,
you get all the tech cards. They all have 3 power. They all cost 2, and you just win games with tech cards and adding a little bit extra power.
yeah,
Mhm.
not bad. Then there's a deck they're calling Elsa, which actually is the Monkey Dump with Thor, Jane
Yep.
Foster, Wasp, Yellow Jacket. So then there's Destroy, which doesn't have Nimrod. It has Hulkbuster and Death. I've
Mm.
actually seen a few people mention Death recently, putting Death in their decks. People are just ignoring Mobius now. We're at that point where we have Sarah A tier ignoring Mobius. So
And Loki.
and then
Loki was the third deck. So same thing, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then Thanos as well. This is kind of like I think we talked about it on our pod. Just people are. It's like the same kind of because Thanos kind of I think won or took a top like top 2 or top 4 in in a major tournament recently. So yeah, also Bloodstone, Psylocke, Jeff, Mobius, Iron Lad, Blue Marvel, Devil Dino, Profex, Vision, Leader, Eliath, Thanos. Having some success with Thanos now, which is pretty good. Still a little inconsistent with the Soul Stone nerf, but I won't get into
This is
that.
the deck. It's like, hey, Psylocke got buffed. Like she's got to be in something.
Yeah,
This is literally it. You're cheating. You got Psylocke and Time Stone, and
that's it.
those are your snap conditions. A bunch of really powerful 5-drop cards to cheat out on turn 4, and then you play another one on turn 5. And then you got Eliath or Leader to finish. I know you were playing this, but you weren't playing Leader in yours. I don't think I would play Leader either, but I do like the Eliath for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, this deck's really powerful. I've actually lost to it in Conquest. I had
Yeah,
no
this
idea
deck
what the hell
is
was going on.
this deck is always the same. Scam out of 5, a
Yeah.
5 drop on 4, and then play another 5 drop, and
Mhm.
then that's it.
Yeah,
And then profit.
it's really strong. Yeah, still really powerful thing to do.
And then you got Electro Ramp. If people get greedy with all the dumps and everything,
Mhm.
you just you ramp. Oh, this one doesn't even have Sandman
No
in it,
Sandman,
but
yeah, they're trying wave. That's brave.
yeah. It is brave.
I was
Yeah,
thinking I tried playing wave in Cerebro 3. It was not going well. I caught her immediately.
I would play Sandman if I was gonna go along that
Yeah,
lines.
Sandman goes hard in I think in this meta right now.
I think so.
Mhm.
Um, so in conquest, we'll do pool 3 plus, and what do you want? Look at gold. There's no infinity conquest now.
Yeah, gold would be good. Yeah.
Look at gold. Number one, 60.8% win rate.
Mhm.
Elsa move.
Mhm.
So this is the Kitty Pride, Nightcrawler, Angela, Elsa, Craven, Jeff, Silk, Spider-Man, Morales, Vision, Eliath, and Chavez.
Mhm.
Again, Morales just ignoring the Mobius.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
that's the one card I'm surprised to see in here. Everything else looks exactly the same as the list I was running, but yeah, I think I put Polaris instead of Miles Morales in mine. So,
yeah. I guess yeah, like they're not always gonna get Mobius on too, and if you
yep.
have something that moves right away, you can just you play him down early, right? It's a 1/5. So
Yeah, and is slamming him on an Angela lane, like an Angela Silk lane or something, is it like the worst thing on 4? Like it's not going to lose you the game, right? 7 power.
yeah,
It's not the worst.
yeah.
Yeah.
Next one is move, which is 60%, which is basically the same thing,
With Doctor Doom. Yeah.
but it's got Doctor Doom in it.
Instead of Miles
Just as an
Morales.
additional
I think
finisher.
that's what
Yeah,
it
exactly,
is.
exactly.
Yeah. So,
Then Thanos is in the A tier.
yeah.
The deck we just said. All right, I'm gonna play Thanos again. That's it.
This deck's
I
good,
did
man.
it a
This
little
deck's
earlier
good.
this week.
I guess you know what I like about this deck. It's good. Number one, good snap equity. Like you said, you either got Time Stone, drawing stones, and Psylocke, or you don't early, and you just know when you can retreat. And then 2 is you don't know. They don't know which 5-drop you're gonna play. Maybe it'll be Devil Dino. Maybe your lad hits something crazy. Like
Yeah,
maybe it's gonna be Professor X, and it's not like always lockdown. Like it's not always power. It's always like something different. So it's kind of hard
yeah,
to play against in Conquest.
yeah. I might if I were to change this deck, I might get rid of leader and put Chavez in there for more consistency.
Yeah, get the stones. Yeah,
Yeah, get the stones and get Elsa early. Elsa's pretty sick because you're filling
yeah,
up, but you want the stones,
yeah.
especially now that
Elsa with Space Stone is pretty crazy combo too.
yeah, especially now that Soulstone sucks. You need the consistency. You need the other stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, but
So
yeah,
yeah,
toss a Space Stone, move it out of there, buff it again. It's good stuff.
And then B tier, we have Shuri, Elsa, and High Evo. No surprise, Shuri, one of the best decks. Elsa, this is just the monkey dump list,
Mm.
with Thor and Jane Foster, Hit Monkey, and the two, zero drops, Wasp and Yellow Jacket. And then High Evo, not in the ranked, but in the low B tier for Conquest. This is just an Afflict package. It's got Shang-Chi in it, Shocker, Spider Woman, Abomination. Not more of a lockdown, but just the affliction.
Yeah, Haivo's
Kinda-
still good. I would think, right? I mean,
Ivo's
there's a
still
lot of Luke
good.
Cage out there, but this deck can output a ton of power on its own, even into Luke Cage, right? So I think you
Yep.
just outpower them.
Yep.
And oh, there's an Enchantress. That's probably for Luke Cage if they put him early.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Force them to play some turn 6 Luke Cage, and you're playing turn 6 like Hulk or Abomination, Spider Woman or something crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're forcing them to play a late Luke Cage, like you can get your Abomination out early for cheap.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Mhm.
But yeah, let's look at the. So that's Conquest. That's Gold
I
Conquest.
was
So
gonna
pretty
say,
good. Thanos A tier.
hold on, kid. I was gonna say one thing to point out that's kind of interesting here is no Sarah control in Conquest.
No,
I'm looking at top 9. I don't see him. I'm not surprised to see Loki destroy Man Thing, Wong, Electra, Sarah control way down there. So,
not
um,
a lot of people are playing. It says low battle volume. So for
okay,
untapped, they don't have the stats.
okay, so still a high win rate though. It still has 60,
It
65.
says 66%,
Okay,
but there's not that many Conquest matches played.
okay, never mind
I
then.
don't know if it says how
Take
many
it back.
battles.
Nobody's playing it. Secret tech, guys.
55
Secret tech.
battles.
Sarah control.
Yeah. Here's Cerebro too as well, 61% win rate.
Yeah.
But like all these are low volume, so they don't have them in a tier. More people play Sarah Control, it'll probably be up in the A tier. I would
Mhm.
I would imagine if it
Yeah,
keeps the
true.
same or similar stats.
Mhm.
Loki in the C tier here. Man Thing decks making
What
a
does that
making a
deck look
push.
like? What does Man Thing look like?
Man Thing looks like a Darkhawk rogue.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a Zabu Darkhawk with Man Thing. That makes sense.
Yeah, not
Mm.
bad.
Iron Lad, a lot of good steals there. And then the Rogue to counter the Luke Cage.
Yeah, exactly. That's great.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's look at the it's people that are still climbing. Let's
Mhm.
look at rank 70, maybe 70 to 100
Yep.
or 70 to 99.
Trying to make
What are
that
people
infinite
using to
push.
climb?
Mhm.
Trying to make the infinite push with the bots? Sarah Control.
Yeah, but that number
Sarah
2
Control
deck,
is
the number 2 one is the way to go, I think.
yes. So Sarah Control is the A tier from rank 70 to 99. That's the one making the push right now for people. B tier, the number 2 deck overall, Hella Tribunal. Look
All
at
cubes.
that.
All cubes, no breaks. Let's go, baby.
All cubes, no breaks. You don't get your combo, you leave. You get your combo, you snap,
Yeah.
and you go for it. And more people will stay in than you think.
Well, I think it probably owns bots. It's one of those where the bot AI probably doesn't know what's going to happen. So I'm serious.
Yeah, I know.
That's a real thing. You get 8 cubes
That's why
from
I'm
bots with
laughing.
this deck. So
Yeah,
and there's not a lot of counterplay either. Like they don't have counterplay built into their deck, right? So
yeah,
yeah.
that's great. And then you got the move, Sherry. There's a Guardians list. I think
Whoa.
W.
Oh, I've heard about this. I've never seen it though.
Yeah.
I've heard there's a
Uh,
legitimate Drax list. Actually, I've shit on Drax multiple pods now. I've heard there's an actual
um,
list with Drax in it.
W made a Guardians list, like a legit one, and he put Drax in it, and he was loving it.
Mhm.
I don't know if he had Gene in his, but yeah. Yeah, this one's Nebula, Medusa, Jeff, Mobius, Mr. Fantastic, Storm, Drax, Iron Lad, Claw, Gamora, Eliath, Doctor Doom.
It
Interesting.
just looks like a standard Guardians list, right? But that's great.
Yeah.
I guess heavy emphasis on the storm, right? Storm looks like
Mhm.
a very clear win condition here. You have so many ways to get into the storm lane. Fantastic, Jeff,
Yeah.
Claw, you Drax on it on 4, and Doctor Doom. So you have like 5 ways of abusing your storm lane. So I think storm's like a key card here. If you get your storm, then you're feeling pretty good probably.
You feeling really I think if you get your Storm, you snap,
Yeah,
right?
I think that's the snap condition. That's what I'm seeing.
Because like, yeah, you have your Nebula, you have Jeff, you have Mr. Fantastic,
Yeah.
but Drax in the Storm lane,
Mhm,
Claw,
mhm.
and Doom.
And
It's
Doctor
like
Doom.
almost all your deck can get in the Storm lane.
Yeah.
And then once you block one lane off,
Mhm.
it's just easier for you to, pick your Guardians.
Yeah, Gamora's key. If you lock one off, then you got Gamora for the other lane, or Elias. Actually, both or both.
Yeah, exactly.
You play Gamora, then you play Elias. That's your 5 and 6 on the same lane. The storm lane kind of won already.
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, they're always fun. But yeah,
Really cool deck design that I never would have thought of on that Guardians one.
it's great. I wonder if Gene has a place in there. Gene's great.
Yeah, I wonder. I wonder what you'd take out for it. Maybe Mobius. Just, Mobius doesn't exist. Just take him out.
Yeah, get him out of there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are the weekly stonks. Any decks you're surprised aren't in here or anything like that? Or is it all kind of like stuff you expected?
Surprised that aren't in here. I can't think of any, but I will say, legit, just from personal experience, definitely give Cerebro 3 a try. If any listeners are Cerebro enjoyers, you put all the tech cards in that I talked about, they all cost 3. Feels absolutely phenomenal right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised Terra Control's so high. I mean, seems like a deck that maybe we should be playing. And I'm surprised that Thanos is higher in Conquest as well.
Well, both decks that abuse Elsa really well, right? So, Elsa
Yeah.
Bloodstone is a massive buff to Sarah Control and Thanos, right?
Yeah.
So I guess that's
And on the ladder,
moral of the story, I guess, right?
yeah. On the ladder, the most popular decks in Infinite are Loki at 6.4% and Destroy at 8%. And in Conquest, the most popular looks like High Evo, 11%.
Wow.
And then Shuri's around 7%. Destroy's around 7% too. Yeah.
Nice. Destroy, man. Destroy's been pretty good in the meta for like 3 months now.
Destroy's fun.
Yeah.
Play Destroy. It's great. But yeah. Super Stat Bros. Signing out.
Peace.